So do you think that the Kid Pirates and the Law Pirates both got defeated? Let's talk about it through this video. So we're going to be separating this video into two sections. The first section I'm going to be talking about the Kid Pirates, and the second section I'll be talking about the Law Pirates. Now for this first section I'm going to be starting to talk about the Kid Pirates. And I want to start by talking a little bit of their backstory, like what happened to them and all of that. Because for now, for all we know, they are maybe underwater. And so from the last we know about the Kid Pirates, they were with Luffy and Law on Wano Kuni after their fight in Wano against Big Mom and Kaido. And after that, after they got separated, they all chose different routes. And the route that chose the Kid Pirates was the route that led them to Elbaf. And as soon as they got to Elbaf, Kid thought he was going to start attacking everybody and all of that because, you know, he saw some of Shanks' pirates and all of that. But Shanks was there at the same time, and you better not mess with Shanks that much because we all saw what happened. As soon as Shanks saw the future in a way, using his observation hockey, he saw that the Kid Pirates were about to do some shit, so that's why, you know, what happened, and Shanks came out and literally slew them so hard. Literally, the attack of Shanks at that point was absolutely insane. And right after that, we have Dorian Broggy that also attacked their ship and completely obliterated their ship, obliterated their whole team, the captain and his whole members, you know. And so from there, now we are at the point of today where Luffy actually is in Elbaf too. So he must have passed somewhere, either like where he was or around the incident where all of that happened. So we don't know pretty much if, for example, some of the Kid Pirates survived or something and were in the forest in Elbaf, and some of the Kid Pirates maybe saw Luffy doing what he did and all of that. So we don't know yet. What we know is that, you know, they just got sunk, and from there we started the story in Elbaf with Luffy and all of that. So from that point of view, do you think there's any survivors or no? Let me know down in the comments below. And if yes, then maybe who? Killer and Kid, for example, maybe the strongest, like the captain and his second in command, for example, and maybe some of their members somewhere on the island, maybe. So to this one, I would say that in the case of yes, they survived, they are probably on Elbaf somewhere hiding. And maybe some of the people, just like I said, on that forest in the world of the dead, they saw maybe Luffy and all of that, and maybe they went back to see their captain and told him, hey, Luffy is actually in here, so we might start to get moving or something like that. But maybe that the state of the Kid Pirates right now doesn't allow them to do anything right now. Maybe they, like for example, maybe Kid is badly hurt after the attack of Shanks and all of that. So that's why I'm saying maybe they survived, but they're badly hurt to the point where they can't move yet. So they still need to recover a little bit more. And maybe we'll be able to see them sometimes in the future on Elbaf at some point in the fight against Im-sama and all of that. So hopefully the Kid Pirates still survived and they might be helpful towards the fight with Im-sama and all of that. Hopefully. And in the case of no, they didn't survive, then, well, you know, that's the conclusion of it. They just didn't survive, and the Kid Pirates are going to be something of the past, you know? Just like other pirates that wanted to do something about their pirate life, you know? So in the option of the Kid Pirates, I really hope they survived, or some of them survived, and they're going to be helpful towards the ending of Elbaf, for example. And then when it comes to the Law Pirates, right after Wano, so they were with the Kid Pirates and the Straw Hats on Wano, and they defeated everybody and all of that. But after that, they chose their route, and the route they chose was towards the Winter Island. And once they were on Winter Island, a lot of stuff happened on that island. Let me just tell you, because they made one of the biggest and most horrifying encounter, and it was with Blackbeard. Like literally right after dealing with two emperors of the sea, Kaido and Big Mom, and boom, you fall on Blackbeard. Like literally, you don't have any safety net in the new world in One Piece. And it's absolutely insane and we love it. From that part, we all know what happened. Law got obliterated, but at the end they were still able to survive, and that was thanks to Beppo. Thanks to Beppo! I'm telling you. But basically that day on Winter Island, it was a total defeat for the Law Pirates. They were fighting Blackbeard and some of his comrades, and basically in that whole fight, Law tried as hard as he could, but at the end of the day, they still got obliterated by Blackbeard's power. And at the end, Beppo was able to actually transform himself into that Sulong form thanks to Chopper's medicine. There was no moon, no nothing, so that's why like he was able to transform with those medicines. And thanks to that, he was able to grab Law and actually flee in the water and go. So that's why, yes, Law and Beppo specifically are going to be our survivors from whatever happened to Winter Island. And I also believe that some of their comrades, like some of their crew, are still alive, because just like Law said, they are great swimmers in a way. So they might all survive and recuperate in another island close by. And now the question is, where do you think Law is? Do you think Law is still a pirate, or do you think he just, retired because he got defeated? And my thinking process is he totally survived, but I don't know if he's gonna come back as a pirate. Maybe he will be coming back as a revolutionary or something, but as a pirate, I probably do not think so. And if he comes back as a pirate, he will totally be under Luffy or something like that at that point. Because Luffy, after Elbaf, I probably believe that the amount of money on his bounty is gonna grow so big, like probably 5 to 6 billion. And on that, Law is not gonna be directly like having a scene where you can see him like, oh, I'm gonna be working under you or something like that. But throughout, what's going on, Law is going to be not under, but he's going to be starting to follow orders or something like that. Like, hey, Law, defeat that or do this or whatever. And he will be actually doing it, So in that case, yes, he will probably be coming back at some point. I don't believe he's going to be coming back on Elbaf, but probably for the final fight or right after Elbaf, for example. That way, Luffy can ally himself with all the people he knows and then boom, go to the final island or something like that. And on top of it all, I also believe that the Kid Pirates and the Law Pirates are gonna come back, but they're gonna come back with an upgrade this time. I believe they're gonna come back with an upgrade to their hockey, for example. Maybe Kid is gonna be training more with his Conqueror's hockey, and Law is gonna be training a little bit more with his observations or armament hockey, for example. And using that will help them a little bit more in the future, maybe against the fight against Blackbeard and maybe against more, for example, Im-sama and the Kid Pirates in Elbaf, for example. Maybe that will be helpful at some point. So an upgrade for those two pirate ships and pirate captains, totally, I believe totally that will happen. When will it happen? I believe the Kid Pirates by the end of Elbaf might make an appearance, and a little bit after Elbaf, for example, that's when we might see the Law Pirates with their upgrades, So I'll be letting you know how their story goes, and if I see any clues, any evidences in the chapters or something like that, your boy will let you know, guys. Your boy will let you know. And on that note, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It's very important for the algorithm gods of YouTube. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.